just as white as the slave owners who beat your ancestors, sir. Ooh.
Don't put words in my mouth. For example, where were you born?
Joplin, Missouri.
Missouri, America, I presume.
Guys, let's not forget who we are, all right? Matter of fact, who are you, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I stand just as erect as any man. My voice just as powerful and my speech just as eloquent. Why then do I have to color code my poetry? This man has basically accused me of being ashamed of my melanin, but I am not. Instead, he is ashamed of being an individual. Yes, my royal blood was diluted in the saltwater ocean of the Middle Passage, but I am still majestic. Poseidon couldn't steal my scepter if he wanted to. All he can do is add on to my heritage. I'm the best of both worlds, African, American.
Who are we? To think that the words we fabricate transcend the light that inspires them, that sketchy cat journalism likes to wear different bias hats means anything without the journal of people living. And I know you don't have to be in Georgia to understand that Jim Crow D. Rockefeller isn't going to give you an interview, sir.
That I can still be a regal ambassador to the rest of the free world of the beauty that is motherland, while simultaneously being a new creation, that of the land of the free and the home of the brave. Brave enough to be a Negro, but free enough to be a poet, not just a Negro poet. Okay. My identity isn't defined only in my skin tone, but also in my pains, my joys, my struggles, and my excitements. But instead, I'm held on trial, suffering an indictment because I don't want to label my entire life as a pigmentation.
You know, Mr. Shuler, I can completely understand where you're coming from.
Can you?
Because all you see is these Negroes out here trying to be white, and it's hard to distinguish the line that it has been 33 years since Plessy versus Ferguson, but trust and believe it's still there. You're going to know this all too well when your daughter has a son named Ruckus who looks like a carbon copy of his grandfather, but I already do. Especially with my little cousin's books, I feel like my grandfather's hands were on my face. His palms felt like the thrones of Jesus when he was crucified. They've gotten softer since we cleaned the blood from picking cotton, but they're still crappy holding cups. He can't feel anything anymore. And you say a white man can transcribe my experiences just as well as I can.
No one can tell your story for you, said. It would be an idiotic thing to say and an even dumber thing to assume. I just don't want to be crucified for being black, but neither do I want to be praised for it, because the cliche, don't judge a book by its cover, works both ways. See me for me, not the color I was born, because I'm intelligent, not an intelligent black man, because I'm a writer, not just a black writer. We've been struggling for years, mind you, for equality, but we won't let them forget we are a different color. It's almost as though we've been distorted in our own eyes. There is nothing wrong with being a Negro, but there is also nothing wrong with being just human. But you've become trapped within yourself, so I dare you to expand. Stretch your wingspan and stop letting gravity contain you. Remember what you were, but focusing on what you will be. That is how you determine who you are.
Even if they can't feel the stings from the whiplashes in my DNA, or if they've ever been kicked out of a swimming area lobby because the Caucasoids are afraid my pigment might make their water dirty, or if they've ever eaten out the back of a restaurant because it's not a smart business move to have my kind in the front window. I'm afraid you missed the memo.
I've never forgotten
I'm here to remind you where you came from, son. Because my heart still beats to the drum of the people I'm indigenous to, like Haitians dancing with no shoes.
Yeah.
And the women I fall in love with have hip problems because the cacophony from the Morocco breaks the flexor above their thighs with the word slavery equals sharecropper, and the Confederate flag is stitched across the chest. White men are brethren adored.
I've never forgotten my traits, but my mental capacity goes beyond that of living in the past. You claim the whip marks on your back, but survivors are better than speculators, and last I checked, you were born free. But you think you can take the shackle yourself to the term Negro. Are you just black? No. Are you just a writer? No. Are you just a son? No. Are you just a brother? No. But you are the myriad of everything you have ever seen. The epitome of the stony road our ancestors trod. So step outside your skin into your humanity, because Harry Tubman drew maps in the constellations so that you wouldn't get lost in this world.
I know it's not a perfect world. It's who you are. It's who we are. You're a Negro, right?
No.
Yes.
You're an American, right?
No.
Yes.
We're all Negroes, right?
Yes.
I mean,
no, because you're African American.
No.